So with all that you guys have achieved this season, if you don't get the Champions League, it's gonna feel nice. You're gonna celebrate. It's gonna be great, but you're gonna feel like there's something missing.
Like I said, it's our goal. It's our
That's the one.
that's the one. That's the one. Obviously, we still want to win the league, the Nedbank. We have like 4 trophies left, and obviously qualify for Club World Cup. So we win it. We qualify for Club World Cup. That's our aim as well.
It's exactly 9 after the hour 6 on the mighty Metro FM. Lute Love and Thibaut Touch, they're out of here. They're back again tomorrow between 3 and 6. It's the best drive anywhere on the radio airwaves. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. You know, I'm willing to bet a lot on it. Two very talented, actually, former live presenters, yeah? Both of them. It's always great when I see that, when I see the growth of that platform and what it's done for young talent in this country. Amazing. It just hit my mind now, actually. Let's move on. 10 after the hour 6 on the mighty Metro FM. It's Sports that Amplified with Andile. I am Andile Ncube. Proudly produced by Timothy Miranda. Technically produced by Malcolm Glovu. We've also got the man who does all the imaging and the sound of the show, Thabo Nkwala, alongside with Biso, who takes care of our social media. It's Biso Snaps. Yesterday, a great conversation with the Young Africans president. I wish that we'd have more of those conversations with people in power, with presidents, with coaches, even with chairmen of clubs. It was so honest. It was so pure. It was so refreshing to have a president that honest, that brazen about his answers, and that truthful. It was great to have. No question was sidestepped. No question was unanswered. Whether tough question or not, all of which were given the due respect in which I asked them in. We put so much in making sure that our guests are catered for in terms of the research we put behind it, and to have somebody take it that seriously, I utterly enjoyed him. The game is this Friday. It's a big one for Sundowns and Young Africans. Young Africans saying, we look up to this team. This is the best team in Africa right now, but we want to beat them. Can they? Sundowns are in the building today. Aubrey Modiba is going to be joining us. I'm hoping Khulisa Mudau is going to come as well. He's promised to talk to me for so long. Khulisa Mudau is one of the most interview-shy people you will ever come across. I'm hoping that he's going to be joining us. There is some reflection on yesterday, isn't there? We have to reflect on it. I watched the matches yesterday. Sundowns versus Richards Bay. Great game. I love how it ended. It ended in the way that football matches end. You know, when you're sitting on the edge of your seat, even if it was Richards Bay that had scored that last minute goal, that's what football is. With just a couple of seconds to go, Mendieta coming in and hurting Richards Bay again. It was such a great evening of football as far as that is concerned. You know, it was that edge of your seat type thing after they'd been holding on for so long. A team that is so in need of those points. Enjoyed that. And then there was Kukuna United and Cape Town City Football Club. It was a great. Paul texting me now saying, "Hi, Andy, it wasn't a great game. It was a great game in how it ended," is what I'm saying. You know, you've been held into suspense. Sundowns unable to break, and there was that, because I consider a low block. I consider a low block to be part of football. You know, I consider that reinforced defense to be part of football. It's a tactical use of your players, and it's more difficult to do than anything. To keep that sort of discipline for 90 minutes is a difficult thing to do. So I consider that to be a part of football, and somebody who can withhold it the way Arsenal did against Man City as well. I think that's great. I mean, you got to go back to that Russian World Cup. That was the first time we saw it implemented, that low block. And look at how many teams it served. Till today, we're trying to figure out the best teams in the world. We're speaking about Real Madrid, you're speaking about Manchester City, you're speaking about Mamelodi Sundowns. They still struggle to penetrate and beat a low block when it's well executed. So I don't know. And then there was Sekhukhune United. I mean, Lindam Dambo, what do we say? What do we say about Lindam Dambo since he's come back? Jody Lee and Seretse as well, the young man, they're scoring a beautiful goal, but 2-2 is how that ended. But I think the talk of yesterday has to be in and around Kaiser Chiefs losing to Stellenbosch. It shouldn't be a shock, because Stellenbosch are the better informed team. They're the one that's sitting second atop the DStv Premiership. So it shouldn't be a surprise. But it's a surprise as to how many took what the coach had to say afterwards. I'm going to play that for you. Kevin Johnson and what he had to say after the match is what I think the reaction is more about. Let's take a break. When we come back, Sundowns are in the building. We had Young Stars, Younger, of Tanzania yesterday through their president. Today, we have players of Mamelodi Sundowns coming to talk to us about their ambitions in the African Champions League, but also their ambitions that they could be going to the Club World Cup, of course. Personal as well. A reflection from yesterday's games. Here's what Kevin Johnson had to say after the loss to Stellenbosch about Kaiser Chiefs, the players, and his overall feelings. I'm going to take your calls at the end of the show. I'd love to know, but I want you to hear it now so we can be sober about what we're saying. You know, about Kevin Johnson, about Kaiser Chiefs and their state at the moment. Here he is about how he's not happy with some players.
Not happy with the performance from a lot of the players, but we have to fix them up. I think the most important attribute is that the players need to play proper technical. They need to be better technically. We're not looking like we can pass the ball better. Be the confidence you are, be the Kaiser Chiefs you are, and play the proper ball. Don't just kick the ball. And that for me was very, very, very disturbing today for my players.
And I think we all know he's reacting there to Ox. And, you know, there's a pass that he laid, and you saw his reaction even on the bench there. And I said this a little bit earlier, I think there's a confidence issue at Chiefs as well, because you can't tell me that a player that was once good is not good anymore. It doesn't work like that. I don't have talent today, and then tomorrow the talent is all gone. The ability is all gone. It makes no sense to me. So it's not lack of talent, most certainly. Cannot be lack of talent. Kevin Johnson also speaks on whether he's the right man for the job or not.
Depends on the bosses. Look, we there, and like I said, there's no interim coach anywhere in the world. You do the job because you are offered the job to do it at that moment, and you have to do your best. Right up until now, we are trying our best as a group of people, and if it works, you clap hands, you say thank you, you ask the team to decide what they want to do, and that's where I am at the moment. I do my best. I try and pick the best teams, try and go out there and win as many games as possible.
Speaking of picking teams, he says maybe he needs to start trying different players.
I thought the performance we put on tonight was not even half the performance we put on Saturday. And yeah, what can I say? We have to go back, try again, put different players in the pitch, and let's see what happens.
I don't understand that one. That's the one that I don't quite get, Coach. I must be very honest, Coach. That's the one I don't quite get. Putting the different players on the pitch. You know, which... And I'd love a bit of clarity on that particular one, because I don't think Kevin Johnson is a horrible man or a horrible coach. I don't think he has the track record that he's had, and he's had the players that he's tuned out if he was a horrible coach. You know, from a development point of view, going all the way up to top-notch football, Kevin Johnson has been a good coach. But I don't understand that point. Don't understand it. You know, maybe we need to get different players. Does he mean players outside of what Chiefs have? You know, that aren't there at Chiefs at the moment? Because he's got the whole squad. He can use whoever he wants in that squad. I don't understand that. Let's take a break. I'd love to get your calls, your takes on that there. When we come back, he's here. He's in the building. Only one. I'm going to tell you a story about the other guy who was supposed to be here. I'll tell you the story when we come back. But Aubrey Modiba is in the building. 25 total games this season, including in the CAF Champions League, the MTN, the AFL, and the DStv Premiership. 3 goals and 1 assist. He's 28 years old. He goes by the name The Postman, Aubrey Modiba. I didn't know that nickname. I don't know why I didn't know that nickname.
Serious?
I didn't know The Postman. It's like a...
Yo, way back, from under 20 days, Coach Mashava, yeah. So I was like, yeah, The Postman, because he always delay. So, yeah.
Was it from Coach Shakes Mashava?
Yeah, back in the days, under 20. I'm a Gita, yeah.
Do you know where the original name of The Postman comes from? The original nickname, or the original postman, because he always delivers, was a basketball player in the 90s. Karl Malone was his name. He played in the Irayabo, Michael Jordan. He was named The Postman, Karl Malone, because he always delivered. So that's the original. That's where it comes from.
Oh, no, I need to Google it.
Google Karl Malone.
Yeah.
I just can't remember top of my mind which team he played for. I think it was the Utah Jazz. There's a team called the Utah Jazz
I know it.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
So he's the original postman. It's a very fitting name.
Yeah. No, I need to Google and check him. Yeah.
What's up?
I'm not.
I feel like you've played so much football this season.
Yeah, no, I've played so much football, Bafana, Sundowns games, all the competitions. So yeah, so much football. But yeah, no, I'm still hungry. Still here. I'm still pushing. So yeah.
Is the rotation system at Sundowns helping with that? Is it working? Are you not feeling overwhelmed?
Not really. I think it's really helping. Like you said, we played so many games, and obviously the guys have been pushing. Everyone who plays deserves to play because we've got quality all around. So yeah, whoever plays at the Sundowns, he knows that he needs to do well, and they've been doing well. We haven't lost in the game, and it's been helping, and we're helping one another every day.
Are you guys somewhere in the back of your minds? You've gotten close before. I think Tears Galaxy 2 seasons ago when you lost just one game that season.
Yeah.
Are there conversations about invincibility? Come on. Are there conversations about can we go the entire season unbeaten?
Obviously, that's what you want to achieve. I'm not going to lie. But we're just taking each game as it comes because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Next thing we start dropping points because we want to also break the record of 71 points. So, yeah, we also talk about that as well. So, yeah, hopefully we achieve it and, we make history because we all about making history as players. So, we want to be remembered as well. So, I think we've got what it takes to do that. But, yeah, we're going to take one game at a time.
Is this why yesterday when Mendieta scored? Because if you you think there was a celebration on the field, you should have seen in the stands. Is that why it was so important?
Yeah, it was so important, and obviously for Mendieta as well to score because he played games, but he had some injuries here and there. So for him to come back and score that goal, and we were happy for him as well, and obviously the team because we didn't win the last league game. And we wanted to, bring back that winning mentality going forward into the next games. Yeah, like
because in the last 6-8 games, there was I think 2 or 3 draws.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, so and we don't wanna open that door for that. So the more we win, the more we get motivated and look forward to the next game. But yeah, we were very happy yesterday because it was a very difficult game.
I mean, I look at that Sundowns team and I just wonder, your confidence has got to be on another level to be okay in that team. I mean, you look at the talent that's there. The South Americans alone, Aubrey.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said.
And I get told about Andile, when I wanted the game, you should see these guys. Yeah?
Yeah, but I think what helps is the brotherhood that we have in the team. Even though maybe you're not playing enough, the coach still talks to you, and as players we help one another to say, what, bruh, like just keep on pushing and you'll get your chance. And once you get it, you must grab it because others are waiting as well. So you need to grab it and do well for the team. So at the end of the day, it's all about the team, not individuals. So yeah.
We're together in Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah. And the journalists were like, Andile, you South African. What position does he play? What's his strength? What's his position? Even I had to think about it before I answered. How would you have answered?
Anyway on the field.
No, that's not his position. What position, but anyway? What's your position?
Yeah, when I go to Sundowns, I was a left back.
Yeah.
But what changed my mind, I think, is because from last season I was playing inverted fullback. So I would come inside and create the overload in the midfield. So obviously, I got to learn more about it, and now the coach was like, no, we're going to play you as an 8 because I believe you can give us more and you can make the team play more. So I was like, okay, I watched the games from last season. I was inside and now I'm an 8. So I just need to, use the experience that I got from playing an inverted fullback to be able to use it as an 8. And at the national team, obviously, I'm familiar with playing as a left back. So whenever Coach Hugo puts me there, I always make sure I do my job. But anyway, in the field is the position.
People get it, baby. Because remember at Tottenham, he started left back and then did the same as what you do. Because they said, when I said, Ahmed, his original position is a left back, but no, there's no left back that's skilled.
Yeah, I got that a lot in Ivory Coast. I got that a lot. I remember even Lebo Mutiwa called me, were like, yo, no, the guys, they're happy with that Samaya that you're doing. Then I was like, yeah, no, I think it's a South African way of playing. So yeah.
If you just joined us, I've got the postman that sits with me, Aubrey Modiba, Sundowns and Bafana player. We're speaking all things himself, but also we're going to go into the big game this Friday with young Africans. Still on Ivory Coast, there was a lot of questions, and I hear that one of them was even asked to you by Hidara. And Lebo Modiba, what you're saying now, calling you is because even there people were saying, hey, who's that? What's going on there? Right? So my question then is, what did Hidara say to you, number one? And number two, how do you feel about that?
I remember after the game, obviously we were greeting one another there, and he came to me and he was like, where do you play? I was like, in South Africa. Then I was like, no, my friend. There on the bench we're discussing, no, this guy is playing overseas or something, or even the guys on the pitch, a few of the players, because they thought probably maybe half of the team is playing overseas or playing in one of the leagues in Europe. So yeah, he came to me and he was asking me that question, and I was like, and he said to me, no, my friend, you need to go overseas. That's what he said. And I was like, it made me, obviously it feels good to hear such comments from such big players playing in big leagues, and it shows the talent that we have in South Africa, that we've got what it takes to play abroad in those big leagues as well. So I think now it's up to us as players how we be able to achieve that, because we haven't had so many players in South Africa playing abroad for big leagues, for that matter. So hopefully the young generation that's coming and everyone, they can, look at those opportunities and take them and, run away with them, so that I think also it can help in our international experience, because we'll be coming up against these players. So, yeah.
But does it, because if somebody says that to me, then it says to me, Ish, if players that, I'm playing against players that play against the best players in the world, right? They play in the biggest leagues in the world, and they look at me and they say, hey, this guy is an equal to us. He should be playing in Europe, in the top 4 leagues, in Spain, in England. When you then go home by yourself, do you not say, Ish, maybe that's where I belong. Maybe that's where I should be?
Obviously, as a young kid, you always dream of playing overseas. That has always been my dream. And obviously, credit must also go to Sundowns, because we plan, or we watch more football, especially because they watch a lot of Man City, Arsenal, and all those things, and we learn from those players. And obviously, when playing at Sundowns, we play more like them, and we play the same way the way we watch their games. And obviously, when you go to the national team as well, and obviously showcase what you've been doing at your club, and it also helps. And
so it's a win-win. Sundowns helps you, you help Sundowns.
Oh, yeah, of course. So I think they help me as a player. The coach that we have is very, he watches a lot of Man City, like I said, and Pep Guardiola.
We hear it.
Pep Guardiola is his idol.
Even last night, we quoted Pep.
Exactly. So obviously, we watch those videos and games, and we learn from those, and it helps us as players to improve.
I look at it as Coach Rulani Mokwena idolizing, or maybe not idolizing, but showing the respect and the goal to say he really enjoys what Pep is doing.
Yeah.
We should all look at whoever it is that's the greatest at what we do and be like, that guy is doing an amazing job. How do you guys see it? How do you feel at training when, your coach is forever speaking about and seeing this guy and saying, hey, look at this guy?
No, we try and learn from all those things that he says, and obviously me as a player as well, I have someone that I idolize overseas, and I don't see any problem with that. If I can navigate my play around that player, I don't see anything wrong with it, because he's the best. He's doing that. And
He really is, yeah.
Yeah, I can learn from that player. And also, like you said, he respects Pep Guardiola, obviously, because he's the greatest. He's been doing it. He's coming with new things, new philosophies.
He's changed football.
He's changed football.
He really has.
Yeah.
You might not get the credit for it,
Yeah.
but Pep Guardiola is one of the people that is going to go down in history as having changed modern day football. You know, you've got people that have done it back in the day. You know, Ajax is one of those that can say that, Barcelona, but he's definitely done that. Aubrey, Hlompho Kekana said to me that he thinks that this current Sundowns team, on talent alone,
Yeah.
you guys are better than the team that won it in 2016.
I don't know what to think about that. I'll take that as a compliment, and obviously coming from skipper Hlompho, you know, it's a great feeling. But yeah, I wouldn't really comment on it because I was not there. Obviously, I used to watch them because they've won Champions League in 2016. That's a big fish. That's what you want to achieve as well. So, coach always says you can play all the pretty football and whatever, but at the end of the day, you need trophies on the table. So if you have nothing to show for it, it's a bit, you know, I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it's a great thing coming from skipper, but I wouldn't really comment on that. But yeah,
AFL in the bag, the Premier League. Have you guys counted it in? Is it in the bag already?
Not yet. You still have games.
I'll give it to you in the bag. You know, there's a Nedbank as well.
Yeah.
But there's something about it feels as if it's incomplete.
Yeah.
It feels like the Champions League is the big goal.
As the biggest is the big fish. Like no one can say anything or however they put it, but it's the big fish because first of all, it's very difficult to win it. You come up against these big teams and playing away. So many things happening. So it's the big fish, and yeah. But we take every competition very seriously. We want to win everything. But we fell short on Champions League last season. I think we deserve to win. But at the end of the day, it's what happened. And yeah, it's the big fish, and we really want to win it.
So with all that you guys have achieved this season, if you don't get the Champions League, it's gonna feel nice. You're gonna celebrate. It's gonna be great, but you're gonna feel like there's something missing.
Yeah, like I said, it's our goal. It's our
That's the one.
That's the one. Obviously, we still want to win the league, the Nedbank. We have like 4 trophies left, and obviously qualify for Club World Cup. So we win it, we qualify for Club World Cup. That's our aim as well. So yeah, it's the big fish. Yeah.
Are you still counting passes?
yeah. Actually, we do, and hopefully we can achieve that. But hopefully, and we can start the training and be able to we want to achieve that as well.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Aubrey Modiba is in the building, the postman, because he always delivers. And then, of course, we'll focus a lot more on young Africans. We spoke to the president yesterday of Yanga, and he showed such respect to this team, particularly the players, saying he's not seen a group of this talent, and they are the biggest team in Africa. 086 06 000 2160. WhatsApp on 060 552 7303. Aubrey, the postman, Modiba, Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm not going to give him a position. A player is with me. Let me tell you a story. So, Haria, Cote d'Ivoire, you guys left early, and we had breakfast before you left. And at that breakfast, I was emceeing the breakfast. I came to sit next to Kulisho Mudau, right? So I say to him, he's having his breakfast, he's just dished up. I say to him, hey, when I go back up, so we can have a quick conversation. Now I can't talk in front of a lot of people. This is one of the most interview shy guys you will meet. So I said to him, no man, quick, I'll give you the questions. Haki Emella to go to the stage. Hey, I see him stand up and go. He leaves the room, right? And then the press conference ends. We take the photos. We talk sushi because he left his food on the table. He didn't eat. He went to sit outside. Okay, fine, Kulisho, I'll get you. Now I'm doing the post-match interviews at the end of the Bafana Nigeria game.
Yeah.
But Andile, who do you want to talk to? No, they come back to me. But Kurisho said he's going to run it out. He's gone. Okay, sharp. Now, go and look at the videos and the photos from the arrival.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you guys arrived?
I remember.
So now I say to him there, okay, at least now we've won your back. I'm going to talk to you. Could you just spend the whole arrival? Go toilet. So why doesn't he like to speak?
He's shy. He's very shy. He's a shy guy.
So Kudisha would rather go to the bathroom than be with me. It's fine. Good luck, career, son. Good luck, career. Kudisha Muda was supposed to have joined us. I don't know. I can't, guys. Young Africans.
Yeah.
That's the match this Friday.
Yeah.
A lot of Sundowns fans not happy. They think you should have gotten a win. They think you should have done a bit better. Aubrey Mokwena also coming out at the end of the match and saying you weren't 100% yourselves, particularly in that first half.
Yeah.
How do you analytically look at that first 45 minutes and maybe the whole 90 in Tanzania?
Yeah, first of all, I think it was a very difficult game. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about the conditions because, we always play under these conditions in other countries. I think we made a lot of mistakes, decisive mistakes that could have, resulted into goals because when they played us the clips at training, we could see that.
This is after the match now when you reflect on
it.
Yes,
the review. Then the coach showed us the mistakes obviously that we made and the positives as well, obviously. So I think when we watched those clips, even ourselves, we're like, we could have done better because, if this situation happened, any day it's a goal because that's how we mostly score goals. And yeah, we're a bit disappointed with ourselves. I think, throughout the game we made some, decisive, mistakes that could have resulted into goals. But yeah, we still have another game on Friday. So I think hopefully we can be able to rectify those mistakes and, hopefully score and not concede.
Mamelodi Sundowns versus Yanga. The tickets are available at Ticket Pro. It's 20 rands for the tickets. Fill the stadium, make it yellow. Because the support is important. Because when you guys go on the continent, you feel the support. If it's red, it's red. If it's green, it's green.
I think from the moment we landed in Tanzania, you could feel that, we can take cool, ball because Alakli was in town as well.
Yeah,
playing Simba. You could feel that those people really love football. I think they filled the stadium from 1:00, if I'm not mistaken.
This is for a night game.
A night game.
People start pouring in way early.
Yeah, and when we were entering the stadium, I think we took about probably 30 minutes to go in because outside it was so full and it was already full inside, and those people it was full outside. We couldn't go in and could see the passion that they have for football. So yeah, it's always nice to see, and we love playing under these conditions because we faced that in Morocco, we faced that in Egypt, and yeah, those people really love football.
Do you think you give them the same treatment when they come here? In terms of not. I mean, I don't really care for when they say, "Hey," I'm talking about just in that stadium. Are we South Africans, the way we support, is it the same?
I'm not gonna lie. I think the Yellow Nation haven't disappointed.
They really have been great. Yeah,
they've been great. They haven't disappointed. They came in numbers in these games, especially these big games, to show the support. And we can always feel them and playing that Ncube in the stands and cheering for us, singing. You could see in the final of the AFL, the goosebumps. They always come through for us.
Did it make it a little bit difficult 0-0 coming into this game? Because now you got to worry about their away goal if they score. Now you got to worry, is this game going to be a lot more difficult, a lot more tactical? Are we probably going to see you guys a lot more reserved because you need to protect your goal?
I think we're gonna play the way we've been playing. Obviously, we've been in this situation before. We've been playing the Champions League. I think this was my fourth season at Sundowns. You know, we went away and did get the result and came back home and finished the job at home. But we're not gonna take them for granted. They're a very good team. They played the Comfort final last season.
Beaten by LG.
Yeah, it shows that they've been investing and doing well in their football, in their team. They've got really good players. You could see if you watch the game, you could see that they've really invested and obviously they want to make their supporters happy and the country as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult game, but I think we're prepared for the task and hopefully we win.
Is there an indication of where Sundowns is going to go with this game? If I look at last night's game and who played in last night's game, if you look at the 11 of last night's game, it's not necessarily players that are in Sundowns' 11 day in, day out. Is that an indication from you guys, the conversations that you had to say, we need to, because you're the only team that was playing yesterday that's in the Champions League, by the way.
Yeah.
All the other teams are rested for the 2 Champions League games.
Yeah. I wouldn't say indication because everyone is announced, but you do the job, you might start on a weekend because you've done well the previous game. So obviously the coach will put up a team that's gonna do the job on the day. So yeah, we don't, like I said, because we used to playing every 3 days, because you can play Wednesday and still make it or Tuesday still make it for Friday. So the coach we obviously will decide who plays on the day, but I wouldn't say it was an indication because even the guys that played yesterday probably they might play. We don't know. So yeah, we'll see on Friday.
How do you communicate with the South Americans?
I'm learning a bit of Spanish now.
And I'm not talking about, because God training, you guys have got help. You've got people that can translate.
Yeah.
Go gaming. Mendieta kiyo. Unagomchala something. What do you Allende?
Yeah. No, Allende understands English. He speaks a bit of English.
So who's Allende speaks English? Mendieta? Sereno speaks English.
Sereno speaks English. Mendieta is learning as well. It's coming all right.
Costa?
Escaval just came. Costa is not bad. He didn't know any English when he came, but now he's not bad. And it shows that they're willing to learn and be in the team, because if you don't know the language, next thing, you don't gel with everyone. You become isolated in a foreign country. So we try and accommodate everyone. So even as, these small words of Spanish.
Like what?
Yeah?
Like what?
Lo siento. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. This one, yeah.
Oh my God!
No. Because I always ask. Because Marcelo understands English. Maybe if they say something, then I'll ask, what does this word mean? Or if I hear something, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dinero. It's money.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I'm learning.
Which is something that you guys are taking care of.
Yeah.
Financially, Sundowns has been known to take care of you guys.
Yeah.
How much of an impact is that when you think of winnings? I mean, the AFL, it enriched you guys a little bit, Now you're thinking Champions League. Do you think in money terms at all? Do you think, hey, we get to share the money when we leave? Guys, think about the money thing. Or is that something that you guys put aside altogether and you focus on the games? And it's going to be very hard for me to believe that, Aubrey. What did Evidence Mahopa say at the airport?
No, I think the most important thing they do is, Coach Rulani likes, talking about our kids. To say, no, you're doing it for Kum. Kum is my son. Then obviously, automatically, I know that, hey, I need to fight for my son. Now I'm not, because the more.
So he says that, he calls him by name. He says, you're doing this for Kum.
Yeah, he knows him by name, and he met them before. Debza's son, grandson, everyone. So say, you're doing it for Kum. Then obviously, automatically, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he's right. Now, obviously, if we don't win, I don't get anything, and Kumo doesn't get anything. So,
Aubrey, I see you outside of football.
yeah.
You know, I see you, your lifestyle, the way you live. Without saying how much you earn, we know how much you get when it comes to, we figure out, you know, as journalists, we sit there and we do the maths when you guys win big trophies to say, hey, if you divide this by this big squad, they're probably walking away with $1 million here, 2 million there, blah, blah, blah. You don't live a life of what most people would think is a millionaire. You go to that Sundowns parking lot, you're not seeing Lamborghinis and Ferrari and Porsches, which they're very capable of buying, the guys, with the kinds of monies that you guys are earning.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, I think that's true. Cause you come to Sundowns, you see probably the likes of Mshish. I'll give an example. This guy has achieved so much, and she's still humble, still hungry once more.
If you could see the car Mshishi drive, many wouldn't believe.
Yeah. So
Mshishi.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they drive the same car, those two.
yeah, they drive this.
You would not believe.
Yeah. So you see those people, then you be like, oh, okay, I haven't achieved anything already. My mind is all over the place. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm buying that. Obviously, I'm not the one to judge. It's their choice and the way they want to do things. But I think the environment and surroundings that we have at Sundowns, you know, they really help. And like I said, Mshishi, you see, is humble. He comes to training, he trains. He does recovery, he goes home, and like you see those things, then obviously they rub off on you, and you be like, actually, this is the way to go. And the likes of Dennis, you know, these guys that they've won Champions League with Sundowns, they've won so many league titles, and you see, like, I haven't done anything, so I just need to remain grounded and keep on pushing, and I'll get what I want probably when I'm done.
What is it about him? Every conversation I've had with any player that's played with him speaks about Mshish.
Yeah, that guy, I think I could write a book about that guy. First of all, he's humble. He doesn't speak much. Yeah, he's a very shy guy. We always say he's kind of shy. And
oh my kick.
Yeah, and the way he welcomes other players, new players, the way he loves with his, young stars and everyone, and it's a very humble guy. That's how and he works hard. He does almost everything right. The way he trains, the way he does recover, the way he takes care of his body. He's always there in the gym at his age. So yeah, I think he's, for me, one of the best. Yeah,
I say he's the best of his generation. Where do you put him, Shish?
For me, he's the best for me.
The best ever?
No, like for me.
No, for you.
I'm not gonna say the best ever because I don't wanna create
of players you've ever played with.
Players that I've ever played with.
He's the best of players you've played with.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it feels like this is the season for Sundowns to win this. Yanga seems like just another one of those hurdles in front. Is this the second star season? Is your name going to be written in history? Do you feel it?
Yeah, I think we have to feel it. We have to feel it so that we can be able to perform. Like I said, last season, the way we came out, I think thrashed most of us, actually all of us, everyone at Sundowns, because we believe that it was our year. So obviously, we still have another task on Friday. So we're going to take each game as it comes, and hopefully this is our year and we'll be able to achieve that, and we'll be very happy and proud of ourselves so that our names are in the history books.
It's 20 rands for a ticket. Wear your yellow. Go and support Sundowns as they try and achieve what has only been achieved by their predecessors once in 2016. Aubrey, I always appreciate you. You're 28 years young, still so much to play for. I wish your dreams back unto you. And thank you for coming. And also, lastly, boots because I think it was a final of the AFL where you tore your boots.
Yeah, no, I don't have
Am I right?
Yeah. But
thank you so much for coming in and having a chat with us. I see your calls. We're going straight into them.
All right, here we go. Call Metro FM now on 0860 002160. Drop us a voice note on 060 552 7303. Waking up, I'm too turned up.
Andile, Nicholas here in Cape Town. My man, the way you are running this show, for me, it's like, every time when I think about it, when I'm listening to you, it's like you are born for it, my man. It's like you are born for it, Andile. Andile, Sundowns is the best team. I think it's about time the Soweto Giants supporters must accept that Sundowns is the best team. They opened the gap now. How many games will be left for them to lift the league? Let's count. Let's count.
Eksema ke bongs lenyora wa lesandawana mo Montana. Bona fanda go tshwere le para, o tshwere le para, o tshwere le nyora, o tshwere stapora ko studio. Ox, the postman. Bona young man, I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Bona ke re improve game in, game out. Tswela pele moshimana ka re mtlotlo ka wena. Your name is tattooed ko dipelong tsa rena masandawana. Bona le cafe le leng strong bafowethu le leng ka matla bafowethu man re dominate Africa man. Gape re di stapora. Loang re kresta sa bobedi. Baya danko.
Let's go straight into calls. I enjoyed that conversation so much. I took your time. I'm sorry for it. And Faith is not going to let me take any of her time today. Ntokozo.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, man, I'm strong, boy. Go for it.
Andy, Aubrey, how are you, Aubrey?
Vaid.
Oh, okay. Andy, I just wanted to comment on three things, Andy.
Yeah.
Quickly. One, I wanted to wish Aubrey and the Sundowns all the best for Friday. I think all.
He can hear though. He can hear. He's just outside the studio. Yeah.
Yes. We just want to wish Mamelodi Sundowns well for Friday, and just to say, as South Africans, we are behind them. That's the first thing, Andy.
Okay.
And then, secondly, I wanted to touch on the topic you touched on earlier in respect of the Kaiser Chiefs coach.
Go for it.
The quality of players, yes. And I think I've discussed this before with many people, and you have to say, in South Africa, players generally have natural talent, Andy. But unfortunately, in order to be good enough in this level, and especially in South Africa, you need a proper coaching, Andy. So there are players that are good enough with natural talent. But for example, I'll make an example with Aubrey. But unfortunately, he's gone. To say when Aubrey came through the Nedbank Kiona thing, the challenge where he came from.
Yeah, I remember. I was hosting it. I was the presenter for it.
Yes, he had natural talent, but the player Aubrey was that time versus what Aubrey is now goes down to proper coaching, quality coaching and development, Andy. And I think with a huge number of Kaiser Chiefs players, they lack the quality coaching that will develop their players further and develop the game of their players further, to see more from those players. And I think if Kaiser Chiefs was to sort out their coaching and their development structures in terms of developing players, their players will give them much more than just the natural talent that they have.
Listen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ntokozo, for that one there. Tebza, you've got 1 second, man.
La para.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah, I think they buy, but Niki complain a magical because now Bantu Roadman had what I've said, so you must contact him.
Shut me out.
Roadman. He's got the whole solution.
Okay, no. Thank you so much, Elton Turf.
Yes.
Tebza, I appreciate your call there. Aubrey, the postman. Ola para. Pela, Nantsomi.